Hey guys, if you do not know what the 4 blue dots are, it shows that you have not been using Bluetooth on your Sonos Arc Ultra. Well, the 4 blue dots is Sonos' way of saying that you're connected via Bluetooth. Now, wait, what? You mean Sonos has Bluetooth? Yes, starting with the Sonos Move, followed by the Sonos Roam, and subsequently the Sonos Ace headphones, Sonos has been embracing Bluetooth. Now, for speakers and soundbar, long ago, they said no because, Bluetooth sound quality not great. Now they gave it to the ERA 100, the ERA 300, and the Arc Ultra. So why did they say no long ago? Well, they say sound quality. They might have been onto something. Now, when you switch to sound over Bluetooth, the sound does change, and it is not for the better. So stay on and find out why. Now, before we go on to the sound test, let me explain why this comparison is important. Now, Bluetooth is convenient because it is wireless, but it does compress the audio, which can impact clarity and depth. Now, there is simply not enough bandwidth to carry high bit rate audio. Now, even if they have improved it over the years, it's still limited bandwidth. Now, if you're trying to get sound out of your laptop or your PC, this might be the only way if your sound card on your laptop or PC does not support HDMI audio pass-through. And if you wanted surround sound or Atmos, you do need HDMI 2.1. It also allows mobile devices to play sounds through your Sonos system, so it sounds all good, right? But apparently not, because HDMI eARC, which is a wired connection, supports uncompressed audio like Dolby Atmos, giving you much richer sound details and better dynamic range, better surround sound performance. Now, as I said, it's wired, so it is definitely not as convenient as Bluetooth. Now, first off, how do you connect via Bluetooth? In the S2 app, you open it up, you go to the settings, look under the soundbar that you want to connect, scroll down all the way down to the Bluetooth section, and you will find a pairing option. So you pair your device. Subsequently, go to your PC and you add a Bluetooth device. It is really that simple. Soon, your S2 app will pop up a notification saying that you have connected a device, in my case, the Ryzen, to the Sonos Arc Ultra using Bluetooth, and the blue light will then come on. So, how big is the difference in audio quality in practice? And that is what we're trying to answer today. We'll put it to the test, right? Now, we want to keep things fair. So I'll be using the same sound settings on the Sonos Arc Ultra for both tests. The PC is connected to an LG TV right here, and through HDMI 2.1, the output on the RTX 4070 card. Now, you do have to set it to HDMI output, or in a later case, Bluetooth output, depending on which I'm going to test. We will compare sound quality for movies, music, and gaming, but first, we will do frequency response sweep. Now, I'll describe what I hear, but for precise differences, and to really see where the differences are, frequency response charts do not lie. Now, the first chart that I'm going to be pulling up right here is a rate chart, and this is my setup, the Sonos Arc Ultra, with a pair, 2 subwoofers and ERA 300 connected for surround. These are at stock settings. Now, notice the bass hum, right? Because I have 2 subs connected, because why not? So dynamic range can be really huge. We are familiar with this sound. So if you have a Sonos Arc Ultra and you're connected with a sub, this is something close to what you're hearing. Of course, this is affected by my room setup, which may be slightly different from yours. And note that I do not have TruePlay, and this is all stock settings. Now, if you have subs connected, you will notice the bass hum, right? So this is stock settings. Now, when I bring up the blue curve, this is for Bluetooth. The moment you connect the Sonos Arc Ultra to your PC via Bluetooth, you might notice your volume go down. And why is that so? Because the volume is linked to the device that you are trying to control, right? So on the PC, when you switch the volume on the Sonos Arc Ultra, it actually overrides the PC volume control. So the volume is linked to the device that you're connecting with and no longer independent. Previously, if I'm connected via eARC, the setting of output from the PC is independent and separate from the settings on the TV/eARC port for the Sonos Arc Ultra. But it is not just the volume. The sound signature has changed. Look at the blue curve, right? The bass is now reduced. It is no longer as pronounced as it is in the red curve for the HDMI eARC connection. There is also a dip at around the 100 to 150 Hz range. High bass and mid-range is relatively similar, I would say, but you'll notice that the treble, it tails off at 3 kHz onwards, and it never really recovers. Now, I have another chart, right? Because of the sound difference, because of the volume level differences, I pushed up the volume on the Bluetooth connection. Previously, it was at volume 60 for the HDMI eARC, and now I'm at volume 70 for the Bluetooth connection. So the light blue, or rather the sine curve here, is volume normalized and bumped to 70. You can see, right, if we get the volume to about the same point, the mid-range is slightly more pronounced in the 2 to 3 kHz range. The bass is definitely less impactful. Now, vocals you hear from 200 Hz to about 1 kHz is also slightly depressed, and that's worrying, but not as worrying as the treble drop off from 6 kHz onwards in a very steep drop off all the way to 20 kHz. Now, how does the data translate to how it sounds? We know that bass is much more compressed and treble is going to tail off early. So you'll hear less dynamic sounds. And the important thing to note is that it is just in stereo. Okay, so let's go on to how it sounds over a variety of situations in movie watching, in music testing, as well as in gaming, right? So first off, for movies. Now, I watched a movie with Dolby Atmos. With Bluetooth, the dialogue just feels very compressed, and the effects from the surround channel, it definitely is completely lacking. Basically, what happens over Bluetooth is that it's 2 channels. So everything that is replicated throughout all the drivers in your setup, including my ERA 300, they are going to be in stereo. So there is definitely no precision in the surrounds effect. It is just all meshed together. Switching to HDMI, the sound is much fuller and it's much louder. The ambient sounds like footsteps or rain, they're much more immersive. You don't get Atmos over Bluetooth, only 2-track audio for stereo. So this case, when you're watching a movie, please don't shortchange yourself and connect via Bluetooth. Now, in the next test, when I was listening to music, it is not really high resolution audio, but basically I put up some FLAC file to play. Now, on Bluetooth, the bass feels definitely less punchy, and some of the subtle details in the background, it gets a little bit lost because the dynamic range is definitely not that high. So the loud parts aren't that loud, and the softer parts, they aren't that clear and clean. Now, with HDMI, the soundstage widens dramatically, and those finer details come to life. Now, stereo is fine because music is mostly stereo, and for FLAC is mostly stereo anyway. So no need to care about the latency in the case of listening to music because there's no video to sync with. So there's no worry about latency or lip syncing. Now, you sure won't get Atmos soundtracks on Apple Music if you're trying that manner. So even if you have a MacBook and is playing Apple Music, you are not getting Atmos music when you're connected via Bluetooth. Now, in a gaming test, so gaming, this is actually from my gaming PC, right? So when I play games, in fast-paced games actually, Bluetooth introduces a very slight delay. It makes it hard to pinpoint enemy footsteps or gunfire because there is a slight delay and it doesn't gel with the action or the mouse input or the direction you're facing. Now, with HDMI, the audio synchronizes perfectly. It gives you a competitive edge if you're trying to game on the PC and through the Sonos Arc Ultra. So recommended, definitely go via HDMI. Latency is key and latency is king in gaming. And note that over Bluetooth, there is again no multi-channel surround sound. So you won't get environmental cues like if the footstep or the gun is actually firing from behind you or to your left or to your right. Well, left and right, yes, but not front and back. So what is the verdict? Now, while Bluetooth is okay for casual listening or background music, HDMI eARC is the clear winner if you want the best audio experience from your Sonos Arc Ultra, be it movies or gaming. For music, maybe you know, you can do a pass for that, but Bluetooth is only stereo, so you have to remember that. So let me know, what do you think, right? Have you noticed the difference between Bluetooth and HDMI on your soundbar? If you're connected via soundbar, how about your ERA 100, ERA 300? Bluetooth is definitely convenient, and when you have friends over, you can actually pair up via Bluetooth easily without having them go into your Sonos system, right? Actually, do you even use the Bluetooth for music at home? I don't know. This is one of the first few times, and because I'm trying to do this video, that I'm connecting via Bluetooth. I've never really actually connected Bluetooth in the last 1 year or so. So let me know in the comment section down below if you found this video helpful. Hit the like button, consider subscribing for more videos like this, especially when it comes to Sonos. And meanwhile, check out one of my other videos. If you are interested in setting your Sonos Arc Ultra up for the best possible sound, check out this video right here, and I'll see you in one of my videos. See you next time.